Welcome back, everyone. I am back at Harker's Island in Cape Lookout. What will probably be my last time. I've been here 6 or 7 times. Now this is like a 10-hour drive for me, so I doubt I'm going to make this trip again. I'm here to paddle for 4 days to teach navigation to a small group, and the weather is looking changeable. I'm seeing changeable stuff and disagreements between sources, so it should be interesting. Let's see how it goes. And that was when everything fell apart. So yesterday the weather was good, today and tomorrow, and then looking windy, and overnight a storm blew in that was not really supposed to move that quickly, and so we're gonna reevaluate and sort of see what this becomes. So stay tuned, because we don't know. So the problem is not the rain, that's just an inconvenience. The problem is the wind, which is going to blow in a couple hours, and so we don't want to paddle across to Shackleford or Cape Lookout without really, we could easily get stuck there in the wind. So we want to just sort of, we're going to play it by ear today. I think we're just going to day paddle. We've relocated to a place called Taylor's Creek. I think we're just going to day paddle and sort of see how the weather develops. So I got to grab weather gear, first aid, stuff like that. So we did a nice circumnav of Carrot Island. We're now back in Taylor Creek, so I think we're about, I don't know, a mile or 2 from our put-in. And in here we got some good protection from the wind. We still have some current, but just nice to be on the water. Not the trip we planned, but nice to be on the water. I like paddling. I like paddling a lot. That was a cold, wet paddle filled with a lot of current and a lot of wind. I'm pretty wet. So the big dry out is underway. We are in a campground. We got stymied by wind. We had rain all day, but that really wasn't the problem. We had a wind all day. There was a rescue done of a small boat where we were going, so we made the right call, but it's looking like we're going to have big wind for the next 2 days, 3 days, a little break tomorrow. So I think that this trip is just become 4 days of day paddles in some place very pretty, but wasn't really what I came down here for, which is a bummer, but the paddling will still be good. We did a really nice paddle today. Had some really nice currents. Saw a shark. First time I've ever seen a shark paddling. It was right behind another paddler's boat, and probably 4 feet from dorsal to tail fin. So that was cool, but yeah, so sometimes the trip you plan is not the trip you get. I had a deck compass on the front of my boat. Oh, I even said to Will, oh look, it's the first time I've used it. We are actually going east. Right. So I knew we were paddling east, right? So there's your first piece of real information. I know that I'm on Taylor Creek. I know that I'm paddling east, so I know which direction I'm going. Next big, decision point, where the heck am I? What am I doing? We got to the end of the island. How obvious is that, right? So this is not super difficult stuff, but you need to be paying attention, or you're gonna, at some point, you're gonna be like, I'm not sure where I am. Mm-hmm. And because I wasn't paying attention to the things I saw, I don't know how to figure out how to get back.
I think the other thing I'm guessing that you did is looked at this map and kind of had it imprinted in your head before you ever got in the boat.
I should have done that, but other than making sure that I could find Carrot Island on this chart, I didn't even, this is where it was folded, I didn't even have the entire island accessible visually to me. Today is our best weather, and we're going to make a stab at getting to the lighthouse via Shackleford Banks. And this afternoon, the wind is going to pick up, and then tomorrow we've got high winds and thunderstorms. So I'm rejiggering gear and going from sort of multi-day loadout to just day trip loadout. So I'm going to pack snacks and water and hydration and safety and cameras and a couple layers, but that's really about it. So much different loadout in the boat. In the meantime, we've got some stuff we're trying to dry. I'm skeptical. And we're doing a quick boat repair, and then we're hitting the water. I wonder if those guys got rescued. Okay, we're putting in at Harker's Island, where we were supposed to put in yesterday and start a multi-day. But now I think we're just going to go over to Shackleford. We've got 10, which is not bad, gusting to 13, I think they said. And it should stay pretty stable till about sunset, and then it's going to explode. So we're standing by to stand by. I'll just be the last one out of here.
Oh, you are? Okay.
Yeah, go. Go! Okay, I am not a fan of bent shafts, but we're trying this one out today. Okay, I think we've got about 3 hours until the wind really kicks up. I think we're at something like 10 right now. Let's see real quick. Rain imminently. Rain is rarely a problem on its own. 12 right now, gusting to 20, but in 4 hours it'll be 16 gusting to 31. So we're in a much more protected area today. I'm not sure how long we're going to paddle because there's chance of scattered thunderstorms, which is when I get off the water. But as I said, we're in a much more protected area. Just because I'm tired of getting wet, I decided to put the dry suit on today, so I'll just end up sweaty instead of cold and wet. So yeah, we'll see how this goes.
We wanted to just kind of check out this end. On that end is the little narrow river, which will definitely be more protected. It's 10 o'clock, 10:15 right now. So the wind height is supposed to be happening within the next 2 hours.
So third paddle day in a more protected bay, actually part of a river. Wind is swirling nicely because it's round. Yeah. Let me know when the beach is empty. You go next. You go. I'll go last. You go next. Yeah.
But I got to see the mouth of the narrow river.
Well, I am excited for you. Stop if you want, and I'll empty it.
Right here.
If we've gone this far, let's go behind my van. Today was another day of questionable weather. Our third day, we saw like everything. We saw big wind, we saw rain, we saw currents, we saw waves, and it is amazingly a blue sky right now. It's still blowing 15 to 20 out there, but right here it's beautiful. And clouds are whipping overhead. Absolutely incredible how fast the clouds are moving. One more day here, and then I'm gonna try and sneak up to Assateague on my way home and do an overnight. So it turned out most people in this group don't have the right weather gear, and this morning it is super cold. So we're gonna have breakfast this morning, pack up gear, and head out. I am gonna head to Assateague. I'll see you next week. So just crossed the Chesapeake Bay Bridge, and it is blowing up here. I just pulled out the wind gauge, and it's like 15 gusting to 18, which is not what the weather report says it's supposed to be doing, so I'm a little concerned about what it looks like when I get up to Assateague. It's blowing from the northwest, which is perfect wind direction to make my trip at Assateague a nightmare.